I went back to Ollie's to see if they had any new comic book variety packs. Stay tuned to see what I found. Welcome back, comic book fans. This is Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and today we're going to go over my recent visit to Ollie's in my hometown back in West Virginia. This is the second time I've been to this store to look for comic book variety packs. The last time I was there, they actually had some pretty good hidden gems in some of the packs I picked up. Nothing outstanding, nothing you're going to retire on, but I wanted to go back. I gave it about 2 months before I went back, and I wanted to see if they had different packs, and they did, to much surprise, and I ended up picking up a few, and you can already see a nice little gem right there on that. But we'll go over all these books. I haven't opened these, but I do know what is on the top and bottom of each of these packs, and that's kind of what dictated what I ended up picking up. But we'll get into the packs, and we'll go through them. I won't have a lot of values on things. I did pull a few values on the books that I could see and tell you why I picked those packs up. But we'll go into the packs themselves and see if there's any hidden gems in there, and that's the real fun of this right here, this little bit of a treasure hunt. But before we begin, make sure you guys hit the like button, slap the subscribe, and definitely hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on great comic book content like this each and every week, Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Now, let's open up these packs. Alright, so what I did was I ended up going to the Ollie's in my local hometown, and they did have a bunch of new packs there, books I didn't recognize. There's a few that seem familiar, but I'll show you some of these right here, and you can see what's on the front and back of these. These are 5 packs, and I'll show you that. You can definitely see a Savage Dragon #2 right there that's got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's one of the reasons I picked up this pack, because books like that actually have a little bit of value. The back had a Secret Weapons Valiant book on here, #1. I don't think that one actually had a lot of value, but you know what? Let's just start. We'll get into it here. We'll just start with the first pack. I was looking for the scissors. You got the scissors here. And as I said, I picked it up based on what I could see from the front and back, knowing that some of these books had at least a little bit of value, whether they're graded or not. And I'll give you a little bit of, I've got a little bit of stuff written down here. Not a lot. I didn't want to go into too many values today. This is more of a, let's see if we can find the hidden gems. So obviously I haven't opened these ahead of time. But we'll start with that Savage Dragon #2 right there. It's a nice looking book, but it's got a nice little corner crunch up there that doesn't look color breaking. But a book like that, the reason I ended up picking that book up, and I think I've got a couple more in these packs. Let's see if I can find it on the list here. I've seen it valued up close to $300, but most recent eBay sales were about $49. So when I was looking it up, I saw that 300 and I jumped and I bought a few of these. But when I started digging into it and looked at recent sales and something like that, it was about $49. But I don't see a lot of these listed on eBay. And this is definitely something with the turtles. I've never seen this, actually. I've never saw this issue. So I thought this was pretty cool. And it's maybe something I might save to get signed down the road here, if I ever see Eric Larson again and any of the Turtles creators. But I'll show you the other book that I could see in there. We said Valiant's Secret Weapons #1 was right there. I think I had that back in the day. I was buying a lot of Valiant books back in the day, and the series kind of just petered up. I really liked a lot of those books, but I didn't. It kind of went away, didn't it? And now this is interesting. You got a issue of the Fish Police #7 from Comico, or Comico as I used to call them. I didn't know that Comico actually published Fish Police. That's kind of interesting. I'll have to look that up. I imagine that was a second volume of Fish Police. I don't think that was the original series, but it's kind of interesting. That's some of those 80s animal type comics that were so popular with the Turtles, with Usagi and Jimbo, Boris the Bear, Nat Rat. I'm trying to think, the Black Belt, Radioactive, Adolescent Hamsters. There's all kinds of fun things. Troll. This is from Image Comics. Troll, Once a Hero, #1. Wow, I can't imagine that being much of a moneymaker right there. But yeah, this is a quarter bin fodder for the most part so far, except for that Turtles book. And then we have Dr. Mirage number 11, another Valiant book. So can't say much about that other than the book that I already knew was in there. So yeah, not too exciting, but interesting nonetheless. And kind of wondering, it's like, what am I going to do with all these books that really don't, they just fill up space. I may actually take a page from, what is it? I'm trying to think. There's a channel, I can't remember the name now. They actually took a lot of these quarter bin books, these dollar books, and gave them out on Halloween. I think I might try to do the same thing. I've been picking up so many Walmart and Ollie's packs over this last year that there's a lot of books in there that don't have any real value, and it's not really things I want to just hold on to and keep in the collection. But let's still open up the second pack. I just opened it up there. I bought this because it has an issue of Silver Star from Pacific Comics. And this is Jack Kirby. This is one of his creations and his artwork and everything. And it's not any of my favorite artwork, but I thought that was kind of interesting. And I did look that up. Let's see. Yeah, if you could actually get a 9.8 on something like this. It's got a recent sale of about $98. That's not crazy. It's not something I would have necessarily even thought to get graded, but the age on this, I believe, is 1983. So that's one of the reasons I picked that up, just to have a copy of something like that. And it had a copy of Image Comics #1 Union on the back, and that is one that's one of those. It was so overprinted back in the day that there's no real value in something like that. In fact, yeah, I started to write it down and I didn't even finish because it probably didn't even make that break a $50 9.8 graded fee. Not even going to bother. But let's just start with the Silver Star #1. And then we have, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Zen. This is from Anarchy Studios. I've never seen this book before. And we've got this one here. Definitely got this in collection. Like I said, I was buying a lot of Valiant books back in the day. This is Turok the Dinosaur Hunter. This is issue number 8. I enjoyed reading all of these books back in the day. It was just a lot of fun. This is Will to Power. This is from Dark Horse Comics. Got a really neat Mike Mignola cover on that. I don't remember having this, but age of this book probably is... Let's take a quick look. Yeah, this is early 90s, 1994. I probably have this in the PC. I was buying a ton of books back in the day, and anytime you get Mike Mignola and something, these are back during those, I guess, those Hellboy days, so you see his work on other things, and I wouldn't mind picking it up. And then we have the first issue of Union that I showed you before. We knew that was in there. So again, not much to write home about, other than that I was going to say Captain Victory, but it's on the back there. It's Silver Star #1. That's the main reason I bought that, is to have that into the PC and actually read it. I think it'd be kind of interesting to read some of this old Jack Kirby artwork. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was looking at some of that there. I mean, it looks just like the Eternals work that he did, and which looked just like his New Gods work. It all looks pretty similar. All right, next pack up is another pack that had another one of those Savage Dragon Turtles books right there. So I picked up a second one with that. Again, we're going to get another one of those Troll Once a Hero #1 issues. Again, pretty worthless, but again, I just bought it for that Turtles Savage Dragon book. Let's see how we did in this one. We'll take care of the Troll first. Again, nothing to write home about. Another Savage Dragon, and it still has the same kind of corner crunch up there at the top. I mean, you're taking your chance on books like this. It's going to be kind of hard. I mean, these are all older books that you'll find, and you're lucky to have good conditions. They get bounced around. You get people like me thumbing through them and trying to kind of peek inside the pack to see if I can see what some of the inner issues are. So it'd be rare that you'd find something that's near perfect. You'd have to clean and press anything, and most likely you're going to find a lot of damage on these books. Let's see. We got another Secret Weapons #1 from Valiant. We got another number 7 Fish Police from Comico. And great, another Dr. Mirage number 11. So not a lot of variety in that, but I took my chances on that just to get that another Savage Dragon number 2. Anyway, I might as well just finish it out. There was a third pack I picked up with that. And I didn't see a lot, as I said, a lot of that Savage Dragon graded on eBay, but turtles are very popular, so I figured, why not pick up a few of these? These packs really only cost $6 a piece. So I bought 6 packs, a whole $36. So we've got another pack, another one with that, and this one, yep, same damage up at the top. If it's not color breaking, it should press out pretty good. And then we've got Dr. Mirage number 12. Great, we've got 2 issues of Dr. Mirage number 12. Man, I'm going to retire because I've got 2 copies of that now. Definitely get those graded. I'm sure that they will go for a lot of money. Supreme Madness, or just Supreme number 13. And I definitely wasn't collecting a lot of the Image titles from Rob Liefeld or any of his characters too much. Was never a fan of most of his work from Image, but so I definitely didn't have that in the PC. And then we've got issue number 8 of the Fish Police, but this is from the original series. This is from Fish Rat Publications, so that's actually from the original series, not from that Comico series. So that one I'll have to look that up. Maybe that has a little bit more value, but again, I doubt that it is anything that's really worth too much right there. All right, now this is a pack that I definitely saw before, at least similar to it in the last video, and I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this video so you can go back and watch the original Ollie's pull and see some of the things I got from that one, because there was actually a couple X-Men in there that were worth some money. But I know I picked up packs just like this one, and as you can see, it's got that X-Men number 1, the Jim Lee Magneto cover, and that's exactly why I picked this one up. This is a book for a long time, over the last couple years. You get that grade at a 9.8, you could resell it for anywhere from about $125 to $135. Well, the price has come down, and you're lucky that it's a $100 slab at a 9.8. But all the prices right now for a lot of things are down, so that's no surprise. But for $6 to pick up that issue, another copy of that Magneto cover, to have in a PC to maybe clean and press down the road if the price starts to jump up again, at least I'll have a good copy. The backside comic was X-Men 279. And as I said, we've got the X-Men number 1 right there. Let's see what else we got. All right, something very familiar from the last Ollie's haul was X-Force number 5. I had multiple copies of this. I may have to make this the giveaway. If you guys, I've been thinking, well, one, would anybody want these? But I may do this thing where I go take it to the next big Comic-Con. That'll be Heroes Con. And I may take a batch of these X-Force with me. And if anybody recognizes me and wants to stop and say hi, you're going to get a copy of this. I mean, it's a stupid promotion, but I think that would be kind of fun. Oh, we got another X-Men here. This is X-Men 301. And you guys can let me know if these X-Men, other than issue number 1, are worth anything. I'll have to look them up myself, but if you guys know right off, leave me a comment in the comment section. Just let me know. And then the last issue was a DC comic. It's Valor number 3. Another hot comic book. All right, last pack for today. And this one I ended up getting because of this book right here. You saw me kind of show it off at the very beginning. If you caught that, you knew what it was. This is Fantastic Four versus X-Men number 1. And this is the one that I kind of jumped out a little bit. This is one that I found. This is the money book out of this. The last eBay sale of a 9.8 on this issue right here. And this is one where, this is what's fun about this. Finding some of these books and looking them up, and sometimes you'll find surprises surprising values on things. The last 9.8 went back in December 2021 for $300. And I can't imagine that that price is even close to that to this day. I didn't look up to see if there was any current listings of that book, but I found that kind of shocking that it was that much. And that's why I went ahead and jumped on it. I've got that book. I had all of those books back in the day. I've not even bothered to pull it out. But this is that part where I like to, I'll find a book like that and I'll look it up and I'm going, okay, I know I've got that. And if it does have any sustained value right now, like I'll look up eBay and see if anybody's selling that book at that kind of price. And as I said, I don't see any other sales, but I do see that price. I will go back to my collection, dig out the bins, and I will find that book. And maybe I've got more than one copy, but I'll see if I've got a good copy, a grading copy possibly. But yeah, this looks decent, but I definitely see a nice little color-breaking spine tick there, so it's already been ruled out. We've got Solo Adventure starring Hawkeye, number 15. You've got Black Widow there on the cover. And let's go back to the other book that I could see in this was Silver Surfer 19. And again, this is I wrote this one down. This one actually graded out as a 9.8 if you could get it. The last sale was August of 2022 and actually went for about $76. And again, I don't think there's any spec on it. You do have Firelord on there, so we'll see if Firelord ends up showing up in the MCU anytime soon after they introduce Galactus and the Surfer again. It's probably way too soon to have a herald other than the Surfer show up, I'm sure. And then let's see. Oh, we have a DC comic book. We've got Showcase 94. This is spotlighting Scarface. And then the last book in this was a Worlds Collide. This is part of, this is Steel, number 6. And it looks like we've got, I'm not sure if, yeah, this is definitely a Milestone crossover right there. Because you got one of the characters from the Milestone universe showing up. So, not the most exciting. I think I did much better on the first haul a couple months ago. Again, I'll leave a link to that video at the end of this video. But it was still fun for 36 bucks. You got a few books in there that kind of are worth a little bit of money, but you don't have anything worth much of anything. I think I will go follow up on that idea and hold on to some of these books and give them out as as Halloween treats for the kids. And just move on from there. These are quarter bin, dollar bin books. Nothing great to write home about, but as I said, just a few books that are something that you might consider holding on to or might consider even grading down the road. But yeah, it's pretty much a wash. So hope you enjoyed this part of it today. This was it was fun. It was fun to go in there and try to find a few packs. And if you guys get a chance to go to Ollie's, check out what they have. And if you've got find anything that's really good, reach out to me, let me know what you found. And that's it for today. Nothing too exciting here, but just a fun little adventure. And as I said, if you guys go to Ollie's yourself and find some great books, or you want to comment on the books that I picked up today, definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. But as always, if you're ever interested in any of the books that I show in the videos, definitely reach out to me at collectorauctions@yahoo.com or DM me on my Instagram page. And if you're ever interested in anything else, any of the slabs I'm selling that you may not see, check out my eBay store or check out my page on Shortbox, and you can see everything I've got listed for sale currently. And just give it a check there. I've got links to all of these things down in the description box. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me. I definitely appreciate you guys sticking in there for this pretty low-key, not much fire today. Not much fire. There's no big keys today kind of video. But thank you for joining me. Join me on Monday as we hopefully will have some much better books to go over. And remember, guys, every comic has a story.